I think it's time for me to put my chaplain to good use. Let's Prince Archbishop in Gwynedd. Powys then? Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to convert pagans, but I think I'll have a little bit more success converting bishops to my cause. You spent the last few days of your journey on water. The vessel you are traveling on rocks gently in the breeze as the sailors go about their business. Being on board a ship is quite unlike being on land. So much is different, so many strange words of all the things here. Starboard? Is it abaft? Aground? What does it all mean? This is fascinating. I must take the opportunity to learn. 15% chance of gaining one martial, 15% chance of gaining one learning, 70% chance of no effect. Or, this does not concern me. I will spend my time in prayer. I think a 30% probability isn't that great for a stat, especially for somebody who's going to be dying relatively quickly, so I think I'll just take the quick 30 piety, as that goes directly towards my score. Not always the best option, but I think in this case it sort of merits it. Santiago. You have finally arrived at Santiago, the oldest major pilgrimage site in the West. It is an inland town close to the Atlantic Ocean, with origins going back at least to the Roman Empire. The fabled Way of St. James is a long road to travel, and you've passed through many towns and villages on your way here. The legend holds that St. James' remains were brought here by ship to Jerusalem, and they were lost at sea due to a storm. But soon after, they were miraculously washed ashore, covered in scallops. Because of this, scallop shells have become a popular souvenir amongst pilgrims. Your mind dwells on the legends of this holy place as you make your way through the crowds to the center of town. I must remember to bring a seashell home with me. I know I always pick Santiago early on in the game, so I suspect everybody's got this reading committed to memory at this point. But I don't think I hear many complaints about me reading things. As you walk around on this holy ground, you ponder the secrets and essence of God. The teachings of the Holy Church have never felt more relevant to you than now. Imagine the knowledge contained in the scriptures stored here. I could gain the trait Scholar and 20% chance of Zealous, or I will spend my time in prayer. What's my learning at? Well, yeah, the way to heaven is through study. So, no Zealous, but... You finally returned from your pilgrimage. It was a rewarding and interesting journey, and you'd do it all again if you could. Still, it's good to be back home. A great experience. I think I got like 90 piety from that pilgrimage. Again, they're relatively minor amounts. I mean, ultimately, I'm looking at about 30. I've got 30k prestige and piety between, amongst the entire family. But it's... I don't know. You can sort of argue that. You can kind of argue that about anything, and I think those incremental gains are worth it. They build up over the course of a playthrough. Still not November yet, so let's see how the factions are doing. We still have lower crown authority in Wales, so my spy master's doing a crappy job. Does anybody like me? Nope, Powys still hates me, so... Alright, I think we'll just stay the course and crank the speed. Oh, but I can hold a grand tournament. So, it's expensive, but it's a nice way to get a lot of prestige. Duke Sexbald of York is trying to usurp my title. His Chancellor, Mael Elthwick of Scarborough, is supposedly traveling around Chester trying to find documents and supporters to help him legitimize the claim on the title. I need to do something about it. I can make him disappear and lose 10 piety. I can try to bribe him 50 gold, or better let it be for now. So let me just make sure... Yeah, he's English, so I'm not at all worried. I mean, his personal forces are 1,000 troops. So I'll let it be for now, just because I really don't want to waste any money on him. Okay, slowly winning over the Duke of Powys. Crusader Kings. The very heartlands of Western Christianity are under siege by the infidels. Desperate Christian lords have persuaded His Holiness Pope Servenus II to declare his intention of forgiving a great and righteous alliance, of forging a great and righteous alliance to expel the heathens in the name of God. This signals a new era of large-scale Christian holy war, the Crusades. Deus Vult! The Knights of St. John. A decree has been issued confirming the formation of a new religious military order, the Knights of St. John. The knights, who have already protected and cared for sick pilgrims in Jerusalem for some time, now have the full weight of the Catholic Church behind them. Pious Catholic rulers may call in their support in wars against heretics and heathens, but they will not fight those over their own faith. Pro fide, pro utilite omnium. The Teutonic Order, the Order of Brothers in the German House of St. Mary in Jerusalem, has been formed, sponsored by the Catholic Church and the Holy Roman Emperor. The Teutonic Order, much like the Knights of St. John and the Knights Templar, primarily protect and care for pilgrims in the Holy Land, but it will serve any Catholic ruler willing to pay for their upkeep. Being a religious order, they will only fight against heretics and infidels. Helfen, Waren, Heilen. Hello, Edzo. And there's a lot of you. Is it grated Caucasian? Welcome to the stream, guys. Thanks for stopping by. The Knights of Calatrava. The Order of Calatrava is the most recent addition to the Soldiers of the Cross, having been endorsed in a decree issued by the Catholic Church. These knights make their name from a castle recovered in Iberia from the clutches of the Muslim infidel, and they stand ready to combat the heathens and defend the pious in the name of the Catholic ruler, who is willing to provide for their upkeep. Well, it's not 4:30 in the morning for me. But thank you for saying so. Alright, and we've got plots against me, so 3:30 for you. All right. Well, it's 1:30 for me, which means I'm kind of close to going to bed, but we will make the most of the time that we have. And my commitment, as always, when I end the stream, I will put you off in the hands of somebody who I think is worth watching. Although, of course, that's always a matter of opinion. But like I said, we'll make the most of what we've got, and when I think it's time to go, we'll call it. So it looks like people still want to kill people who I like. So let's just see which ones we can end quickly. Nobody wants to listen to me. Well, at least the one that's trying to fabricate a claim on Scotland is... Edzo, thank you for the follow. Okay, so, I mean, we didn't get all the plots, but at least it's enough for a start, so... The Knights of Santiago. This chivalric order owes its name to Santiago Matamoros, or St. James the Moonslayer, as he is known in other parts of the world. The Order of Santiago enjoys its official sponsorship from the Catholic Church, and its knights have all sworn to purge entire realms of heathens and heretics, if so requested by a Catholic ruler. Brave warriors of Christ. Alright, November the 11th, we finally get to do things to England. Alright, my liege, your wisdom and mercy. It's all begging letters. Alright. We cannot usurp the title before November 11th. Okay, fine. November 12th. Thank God. Okay, so we wound up controlling 59% of it, but England is ours. And apparently I lose the Kingdom of England. It's probably because of the succession laws. Okay, well. let's get that crown authority. All right. I guess we finally take York, huh? I won't raise any vassal levies for this. I think we're just going to do this the old-fashioned way. Crusade for Aquitaine. His Holiness Pope Servenus II has been swayed by the cries for help from Christian population in the Kingdom of Aquitaine. He urges all able-bodied men of Europe to take up arms against the Emperor Liuva of Hispania in order to secure Aquitaine from the clutches of the Mohammedan infidels. God will grant the pilgrims remission of sins in heaven. Deus vult! It'd be great to join in on this, to be completely honest. I mean, for crying out loud, let's just take a look at that religion. Look at it. Muslims everywhere. But I want to own this island, and that is more important than any crusade. So I will be working on that. The nice news is that most of these are pretty fragmented. It's time to let the tournament begin, and for the next 2 months, let all show their martial brilliance. Sadly, a small war will delay this, so gain 200 gold, lose 100... Oh, that's right. Probably should have thought of that, but I thought we'd already done the tournament. It'd be nice to help, but I mean, that's going to involve ships, that's going to involve a lot of stuff, and I'd much rather control the territory. It's a nice prestige gain for sure, but... Actually mildly concerned about those troops, so let's crush them before we go any further. I think what I'll do for the crusade maybe is exhaust all of my opportunities to attack sort of holdings on the island, and then from there I'll take my troops into the crusade. It should be fairly straightforward to sort of do these rapid fire attacks, especially because they've already called in allies from other realms, so the next time that I basically the next guy that I attack will have a already severely diminished army. Chuck speaks heresy, God's will be done. Graded Caucasian, thank you very much for the follow. Also, apologies, I do see there's actually quite a few more people than I'm normally accustomed to on this stream. If I've missed your follow, I apologize. Definitely feel free to let me know in chat if you did hit that button. I tend to rely on my email notifications, and I notice if I don't read too many email notifications on the stream, it stops letting me know. So please don't take my not thanking you as ingratitude. I'm certainly very happy when somebody hits that follow button and gives a show of support in that way. But I'm sort of limited by my technology, so it's definitely nothing personal if I neglect to thank you. All right, so it looks like my people are... Okay, actually I'm having a little difficulty understanding what's going on here. Looks like Lothian's trying to recapture that territory. It's so weird, though, to see that in blue. I'll just mop up these troops and then go back to sieging York. I don't think there's a whole lot more to be gained by killing the troops, but it's just going to make my life easier for the next invasion. Become the anti-pope. I spent the better part of the last session trying to stamp out Cathar heresy. I think the last thing that I want to do is lower the moral authority of the church. Although it'd be good for an achievement, so maybe I'll wait for a good opportunity to set up an anti-pope. I think our biggest concern right now is just finish off York. We're at 75% for a 75% for our war score. And then let's see. See, it's possible I can take every single one of these territories individually. It's pretty fragmented, so... my kinsman William is requested to join the Knights of Santiago in their struggle against the infidel, even though this will forever disinherit him. Go with my blessing, 100 piety. William becomes a Knight of Santiago. Hey! CPO Williams! William became something. I understand you're not Gisellus anymore, Jock, but goodness! You must be so proud of your bastard son. Our bastard son. My bastard son, your name. News has reached the court that a claimant to one of my titles, Prince Werstan, is hiring men for an attack against me. Oh dear, I hope he is not prone to accidents. I'll just hit auto. I don't want to spend any money on... I don't spend any money on hiring assassins for him, but if he happens to slip and fall in the shower, I won't mind. Why does he have to call you names? I suspect it's because they are waiting for that magic day that I need to bring mods in to enforce everything. Never happen. It'll be a one mod stream. So yeah, with this color scheme, it's actually kind of hard to tell who owns what titles. Because it seems like York owns these 4. And... see, it just doesn't really make sense. I mean, it could be that England was just really weird in the way that they set out their territories, but I don't know. My liege, I wish to intercede on behalf of one of your prisoners. Let's actually do... I know this guy absolutely hates me, but let's see if I can get the vassals on side doing that. I mean, he's a peasant. If he brings up another revolt, that's fine. I'll just knock it out. Okay, this guy has got 15 intrigue compared to my current spy master who's old and has 12. So let's make him the new spy master. Did they nerf adventurers recently? Seems like they all used to have these insane 50 to 20k armies, but lately you run into 5 to 8k troops. So I will let you know, I'm relatively new to Crusader Kings. I picked it up basically in the last Steam holiday sale, I believe. So my experience of adventurers has been that they are always relatively weak. However, when I read forums, or if I hear people telling stories about the games, they're talking about 15 to 20,000 stacks. So based on what I've heard, yes, they've been nerfed, but that could just be because I'm drinking the same Kool-Aid as everybody else. Alright, we've got York. Let's go straight to Lincoln. Oh, this is nice, actually. Let's just go straight for the... Yeah. Let's do a full claim on Lothian for ourselves. That way it'll give me something that I can pass on to the family. That'll save me a lot of effort later on. Ireland's color makes it look like an Islamic country. Man, that would be a beautiful little piece of alternative history. The Caliphate of Ireland. Something's telling me that I'm actually going to lose a fairly significant amount of England. But I really don't know how I'm going to get the votes necessary to bring in, or to take them out of Gavelkind. Am I at least working on it? Oh yeah, I gotta get the Crown Authority first. Oh, hang on, we're really close to that actually. So, who's opposing? Countess Evelyn has 6 votes, which is more than I need. Let's see who likes me the most. So Wolfrun has 4 votes required, so let's see if we can give her a gift. Ooh, 95, but that basically pushes her over the edge. So we'll start by taking... Actually, let me just make sure this is his personal holding. It's not. Well, I'll take Gowrie anyway. Yeah, it looks like there's already a large stack of my troops laying siege to that. I might actually lose... I may lose the claim just because my own guys successfully carve up that territory. We'll see. Okay, I refuse to believe that that woman did not approve the laws that I wanted in England. That's just silly. Alright, well, we'll wait it out. I think what I will do, though, is basically bribe everybody who has a negative opinion of me, because that way I'll be able to change the succession laws fairly rapidly. It's expensive, but I've got a lot of money and I've not been using it. And hopefully that will push people over the edge. So it looks like there was just a change of ownership. I suspect it's actually going to make that a little bit harder to take over that realm, but... I honestly don't understand why I mean, so I understand that some of these other guys don't have a very high opinion of me, but I don't understand why somebody who has a 89 opinion hasn't approved Medium Crown Authority yet. When's the next stream going to be? You have to go to sleep. Definitely understand the sleep thing. I should be doing that myself. My set schedule is always to do Monday and Friday evenings. Now, I will just let you know that I don't just stream Crusader Kings 2. I do a few other games. My optional stream days are Thursdays and to do at least one on the weekend. So it's very likely my next stream is going to be tomorrow evening. I usually try to let people know on Twitter in advance. But you did hit the follow button, so you'll definitely know the next time I'm on. I would say expect to stream tomorrow. And if nothing else, Monday for sure. But I always try to get at least one in on the weekend. And thanks a lot for stopping by again. I smell like cool. It's nice to see you in chat rather than exchange messages over Twitch. I hope to stop and see one of your streams, by the way. All right. Actually, I think this is a fairly nice time to wrap it up as well. So I'm going to wait for this. I'll get this war finished, and then I think we'll call it for tonight. We'll have one of two ending conditions. Either this ruler dies or this war finishes, because I'm definitely feeling a bit tired myself. Now this is a potential heir to the throne, especially if I can get primogeniture succession in, so I gotta make sure that this guy actually has some reasonable stats. But the talent pool is weak. I don't like sacrificing martial and intrigue, but it's the best I've got. Have a good night, Gated Caucasian. Wow. I'm losing it as far as my voice, or as far as my ability to speak an intelligible sentence is concerned. Alright, Vikings, don't care about them. They can pillage all they want. I've got a lot of money. And did a revolution just break out? Where are they? Well, I'll wait till they show up. I guess we're about to find out whether or not they are 20,000 troops or not. It looks like for Kevin and... Is it Daywism? Anyways, I got 2 follows. Thank you, both of you. I believe I got the names right, but maybe not in pronunciation, but at least in terms of who they were. Thank you so much for following, guys. It's actually a time where we've seen quite a bit of growth in the channel, due, in no small part to Seriously Clara and Team Panda. So it's wonderful to see some extra folks coming in as well, either through her efforts or through just a shared love of Crusader Kings 2 and Besieged. So however you found the stream, thank you so much for hitting follow, and I will do my best to merit the inclusion into your feeds. Alright, actually, that's a lot more troops than I was expecting. Okay, to the all-knurled King Thorid, may you live in peace and contentment. We prose that Prince... And who is this? Norge. Yeah, we'll go for it. So I'm a little bit torn as to whether or not I continue this siege. I think I will, just because they can't really take this province on their own, and it looks like they want to keep them split. Nope, looks like the war on Lothian is over, so... I'd like to create the Duchy of York, but I should know better. So it's sadly a missed opportunity there. I don't have the... Actually, this guy's becoming unusually powerful, I think. He's got Mercia, and he's got Lothian. I think he'll be the first one I take a title from. Oh, I do own York. Cool. Gives me a chance to get rid of some titles then. Let's create it. And I'll just give that to my firstborn. I don't have primogeniture yet, so... And that's 5,000 troops, so I actually need to bring my vassals in on this one, which is mildly concerning. But it'll be a quick fight, so... Could be worse. Just really love CK2 and don't see many interesting people playing it these days, so you had to pop in. Well, I really appreciate that you did. I've noticed there's actually a few people who've come to this stream just specifically because they like Crusader Kings 2. Like I said, I'm relatively new to the game, so I don't necessarily think there's a whole lot that I can teach per se, but I definitely like talking about my reasons for doing things. And I think, like, I've got Europa Universalis 4, and I'd like to get better at it. And one of the things that I've noticed from my own experience of watching EU4 casts, and this is not a knock against people who cast EU4, but my own experience has been I really wish that I would have a better understanding in terms of why people are doing what they're doing, because it's a game that I find really interesting. So I've just sort of tried to kind of conduct my CK2 games sort of the way that I would like to see them done myself. It's a style that works for some people. It's also one that people have been definitely very open in sharing that they don't care for. But obviously I will play to what I think are my strengths. But I know I keep saying it, but definitely I appreciate it when people stop by the stream and give me feedback like that, because it's... I mean, I can always just sit here keep talking, but I'm extremely grateful for the fact that there have been people to interact with in chat compared to, let's say, maybe the first couple of streams that I did where it would be an occasional person stopping by. I definitely prefer interacting with people because gaming has... I mean, for as long as I've been doing it, it's usually been a social activity for me, so having that opportunity to speak with people and speak with people about games that I enjoy definitely makes it worthwhile to me. Okay, we've got a ton of stuff going on here, so let's drop the troops. 46 messages. Plots. Lots of siege messages. How many times is Middlesex under siege? Okay, so mild success with low centralization. Where are our laws at? So there's a very small outside chance that we will have low centralization by the end of this reign. England's just become more problematic. Again, another one that's not impossible. Nothing really to be done about Wales. Oh, it's investiture. I can nominate an heir. Why is Weerstan in prison? Hmm. I think these are questions I should maybe answer next stream. Oh, have you ever watched Arumba play? He's a YouTuber who got me into Paradox games. He's very min-maxy. It's how you learn to play CK2. You're 200 hours in and still pretty bad. I don't think anybody can really say they're like great at this. Now, Arumba is actually somebody who's been mentioned in the stream before. I will regret to say that I have not followed up. I'm currently in school, so I don't always find the time to watch a lot of stuff outside of my normal streaming habits. But he's definitely somebody I want to watch just because so many people have recommended him. So, tell you what though, guys, I think I've got a lot of stuff that I need to do in this game. I need to get the laws in order. I need to sort of reconstruct my realm. We're getting close to the point. I mean, we got the Kingdom of England. It sucks that we've got Gavelkai in succession because that's going to make it a little bit harder to create Britannia. But I think it, especially once we sort of control the rest of the island, we'll be in a better spot for that. But I think that is something for us to do next stream. It's a shame Arumba got bored with CK2. Okay. Well, I mean, I can still watch the archive. This is the nice thing about finding a new streamer or a new YouTuber, right? Is that all the old material looks new in my eyes. So, I think I'm going to call it for tonight. I want to thank everybody for stopping out and watching the stream. This is the first time that I was streaming with Team Panda. A lot of great people stopped by to encourage me. A lot of very nice things said about the stream. What I will ask you to do is if you can hang out for a couple of minutes here, I always like to sort of pass it on and host somebody who's live. I'm pretty sure we'll have at least one or two people online that I can host tonight. But if you can just hang out for a little while, at least give them a couple of views, give them a chance to impress you. Not always going to be something that can... It's not necessarily always going to be something that... how do I put it? May not necessarily be something that everybody follows. Oh, you know what? I'm talking for no purpose. There's nobody I know who's live. That can't be right. Let me just check one more. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, what I'll do here, I've just recently joined Team Panda, so what I will do is I will share one of the streamers on Team Panda. Her name's Blucifer. Looks like she is playing... Let me see here. Oh, she's playing Besiege, so if you enjoyed what we started the evening with, I think you're in for a bit of a treat. No, thank you all for the stream. All right, yeah, definitely going to change the succession laws. We'll do that all next game. But yeah, I'll wish you all a good night. Please stick around. Give Lucifer a chance to entertain you with Besieged. If it's not your thing, obviously feel free to vamoose, but it'd be nice to just give a couple of minutes attention to see whether or not you can find another streamer for tonight. With that in mind, have a good night. I'm off for now.